There's various reasons for men entering the red pill community. Some of them feel tired, some are hurt, been cheated on, violated, or just want to understand women more, want to feel confident around women. Like there's various reasons. And the red pill community promises a lot. You go in there, you see many men that are successful with women, many men that are confident, many men that are on their purpose and still able to attract these high value women, or put that in quotations, high value. So how do you do that? How are you able to step into this space and develop yourself to become somebody that also has these women on demand, you feel? And that's what a lot of men want to be able to do. So that's why they join this community. Is that going to happen? Are you going to be able to create that shift, create that change? And what effect does it have on you, your personality, the person that you're going to become, the person that you turn into, you know? These are all things that you need to consider. How would you be after you take in all of this information that's being fed to you and start applying it into your own life? Like, what is the end result going to be? That's what I want to talk about here. That's what I'm going to be talking about. And also, another thing that I want to touch on is what you need to do before taking in this information. So let's get into it. What's going on? My name is Christopher Daniels and I help people to overcome self-sabotage and live a purpose-driven life, yeah? So this is all the information today that you're going to need to know before joining the red pill community. And literally, before I even get into it, I just want to say welcome to anybody that's new here and welcome back to anybody that's been here before. You know how it goes already. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, straight. So when joining the red pill community, one thing that you need to know first and foremost, yeah, is that in order to take in all this information and use it effectively, you need to know what you're using it for. You need to know what you're using it to build, to create. If you go in there like blindly and just, I've been hurt, so I'm going into the red pill community to be able to attract women, this, that, the other thing, and you don't know what you're going to use the information for, then already you're playing a losing game. And the reason why I say that is, first time I went in there wounded. And I know a lot of people go in there for the same thing. You feel what I'm saying? You're just tired of being violated, you're tired of being mistreated. So you go into this space to develop yourself, to grow, you feel? And when you do that, cool, you are going to develop and grow and you are going to learn a lot of things. But how you apply it depends on what you are trying to build, what you're trying to create. So let me just use myself for example. Again, the first time I went in there, I was learning all these things. Okay, cool. Pull back if she does this, do that, if da-da-da-da, all of these different techniques and methods. I didn't have a foundation that it was built upon. You feel what I'm saying? So I was just using all these methods like tactically, but at the same time, I didn't know where I wanted to go. I was lacking that direction, that purpose myself. One thing that I will say before even taking in all this information from the red pill community is that you build your foundation, that you create your direction. Of course, it is good to learn female nature, understand females and all of that stuff, yeah? But if you're taking in all of this information and you haven't got a foundation built out for yourself, that direction, that should always be the focus. Otherwise, you're just going to be using all these methods and focusing way too much energy on women. And this is one thing I'll say to you here. I'll tell you this now, yeah? The key is not to be able to just get women and talk to women in a certain way, this, that, the other thing. What's more important is that than that is building yourself, is growing yourself, is understanding and connecting with yourself. That's why I say, like, if you start binge watching, a lot of your focus is going to be on women. What I recommend is cool. You can look at a few things. You can look at this, that, the other thing, but at the same time, before doing that, understand the direction that you're going in, understand what you're trying to build, understand what you're growing, you know? For example, if you're growing a business, that's your focus. Focus on growing a business, that the women are there, like, don't focus on them, but at the same time, understanding them allows you to know, okay, cool, this woman's like this, that woman's like, you know? And it's like, there's a few books that you can read alongside doing your journey. There's a few videos you can watch, but when you're delving deep and your focus is like, okay, I want to build a rotation, that's what your goal is. It's like, you're being sidetracked, because at the end of the day, you need to build you before you build that rotation, if that's what you want. And to be me, I'm a part of that. I'm not about the rotation and that. And that's just because I'm a more energy conscious person, where I like to protect my energy. I like to put my energy into things that bring back value. And another thing you gotta recognize when you're going in there, a lot of the men that you're watching have going through again in situations that left them traumatized in it. So traumatic situations, and they're feeding you information from that place. And once you're taking in that information from that place, you're listening to hurt people. You're gonna go out and again, you probably been hurt. That's why you're in this space. You're just gonna hurt people as well. And by doing that, you're not gonna feel away because that's where it is. There's this sort of savage way of being in there. And don't get me wrong, I'm for standing your ground. I'm for being firm, being assertive, not taking nonsense from anyone, being somebody that's able to articulate, express, not be violated. I'm all for that. At the same time, it's knowing the reason why you're doing it, you know? It's like you can just go and pick a fight for no reason, or somebody trying to violate you when you're doing your thing, then that's completely different. So it depends. And what I want to say is that the main thing before entering that red pill community is just know what you want to do with yourself first. Don't start with the women, start with you. Start with what you want to grow into. Start with what you want to build. Start with what you want to create. Because I'm telling you now, otherwise you're just going to go around in circles in the same place because your vibration is not going to change, because you're not healing yourself. You're just learning things that are going to make it easier for you to get women. But healing yourself is the first thing that you want to do before even looking at any of this content, before researching. I'm sweating a little bit again. I'm in Ghana, so it's hot out here. But that's the main thing that I wanted to get across here. Literally, make sure that you are developing yourself, growing yourself, that you are the focus and not the women, yeah? Don't stress, don't panic, just focus on you, yeah? If you've enjoyed this video, make sure that you do subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of the future videos, and I will be seeing you again shortly, yeah? Blessings.